This is shocking, positively shocking. Okay, coming in from Amazon. Yep, we have a little doohickey that I decided to take a chance and order because I have need for a second one, actually a fourth one, but a cheap one at that. So I thought I'd show you guys what it's like because the reviews were pretty good and the price was pretty cheap. This retails for about £13 on Amazon, and I'm really hoping that it is pretty good. It's primarily for Zoom calling because I have a couple of microphones. I've decided to utilize them a little more around the house. So getting a mount seemed a logical idea, and I didn't want to spend too much on the mount whenever it's only for Zoom, but it just gives that little added extra bit of quality. Okay, so this is the mount. It costs £12.98. It has a 47 to 53 millimeter opening for holding a microphone. I suppose I should have got a microphone before I started this video. That would have been a good idea. It has a little inbuilt sibilant shield, which is kind of nice, and it's a wee bit adjustable, so we'll try and get it set up and see what it looks like. I've got a stand here to put it on top of, but I was just noticing there that okay, so we'll have to forget about that. That's not going on the top of that stand altogether, but I did take the time to actually attach it all together because I was trying this with a couple of different screw threads that I had for that stand. So having a look around now that it's attached, which is really simple. This area here just it is a metal ring that goes around the outside, and this clamps onto it, which is quite nice. It is made of plastic, so it's not going to take too much in the way of abuse, which is a bit of a pain. But yeah, it hooks on there quite easily. This is plastic as well. That's metal. There's plastic around the outside. And then there's a wee screw thread here which tightens this into place because depending on where you want this to be with the microphone, which I suppose I could whack a microphone in there. Well, one problem I do have is that I measured this microphone the other day and it's 47 millimeters in circumference, and this is supposed to be able to take microphones that are 47 to 53 millimeters in circumference. So this is loose somewhat. So I may just get an extra bit of foam and stick it round this and pop it in there. A little bit of extra foam will be fine for dampening, because I don't really fancy having to send it all the way back to get another one that's slightly smaller, and it may be, this might be too large then if it does 46, because this is available in two different sizes, 43 to 47 and 47 to 53. So the 43 to 47 would probably be perfect for this microphone, but at the same time I have used one that was very tight on the microphone before, and this foam started coming off and it's now kind of attached to the bottom of the microphone. So I'll sort myself my own little solution for this. Anyway, moving on to the elastics, they're pretty good. They don't pop off quite as easily. These bends do seem to be at an appropriate angle to keep them in place. I've been handling this quite a lot, and two of my other shock mounts, these will pop off at the earliest inconvenience. You know, as soon as they get an opportunity to come off, they will. In this case, they don't. The elastic does seem to be quite tight, which is nice. It's a pretty good quality piece of kit. I'm not 100% on these either. I think they're not quite metal. They're maybe ceramic of some description, and they are easy to break. I have broken them when I've been tightening them. I did once before, broke it, and sometimes these screw threads just don't hold. There's a very, very narrow window between it being tight and it just being loose. For example, there, it was tightened up, and it just doesn't really tighten at all. It's not a great mechanism, but then again, it's 13 quid's worth. So yeah, I'll move this up to cover this so that the sibilant shield does work. You can't see through the sibilant shield in the slightest, or popping shield, some people prefer to call them. They do, I suppose this would be more sibilance because it's metal, whereas a popping shield is more like a sort of nylon affair. I'm quite impressed with it. I'm a bit miffed that doesn't fit my stand. I do wish there was some other way. Obviously, we can pull this out, which is kind of nice. Oh, we get into the plastic there. All right, okay, we can do that. And it does fit, thankfully. Removing the little copper barrel, which I've forgotten about. I guess, as a podcaster, we don't tend to do this terribly often. I'm not changing my audio gear as frequently as I'd like, and I forgot these things come out, because I'm just looking over, I've got 2 sitting in the drawer. But that looks like a fairly acceptable setup, whilst the stand is actually probably the most expensive part of this. It's a Gator framework stand. It looks to be pretty good. We need to pull that up just a little, so just a little. That's the one annoyance now, but yeah, once I get that pushed up a wee bit, it'll look the picture. So that's grand. 13 quid isn't a lot for a Shockmount. That's the cheapest on Amazon at the moment, and I just thought I'd take a punt and see if it's any good. It does appear to be. It has its issues, and most of those, that could probably be attributed to me, my ignorance, and my amateurness whenever it comes to audio production. But yeah, it works quite well. So let me know if you have any questions in the comments box down below. Hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications. Remember to tune in to the Tech Addicts podcast on a Sunday afternoon, and Talk Sport on a Wednesday morning at midnight for Inspect Your Gadget. And other than that, take care.